Alright, Trig here, on the way to run an errand. Just got to talk today, a little kind of rant, whatever you want to call it, about some stuff I saw at the gym today. One of the wonderful things about working out in a commercial gym is you're either going to be disgusted or entertained almost any day you go. And the object in life is to not be the one that's either discussing someone or entertaining them. But it kind of goes on to an overarching sort of a theme about the BS exercises that people get themselves involved in doing. Just to give you a little outline of what was occurring, there's a female she's in the gym regularly. She's probably, mid-40s. Doesn't really have that great of a physique, which is neither here nor there, but it kind of applies here in a minute. It'll make sense. She's kind of skinny, I guess, more than anything. And, we've got a nickname for her. My wife and I do. I'm not going to repeat that nickname. It's not profane, but it's also neither here nor there. But she's generated a nickname. But her primary claim to fame is just doing some weird, bizarro exercise stuff while she's touching herself inappropriately. I won't get into that too much, but we'll just kind of leave that there. But today, just kind of focusing on the bizarro exercises, and this is not unusual for her. I've never seen her do this one before, but this sort of a theme and her exercise is, kind of a consistent one. And as a matter of fact, I did try to film it. I was actually going to try to get it on video, but she stopped before I could make that happen. But she had straddled two pieces of equipment that were side by side, and both of them had little small seats on them. I think one was there's some kind of a weird line. It's not really. I never have used these machines, but regardless, both of them had seats. One of them had a seat that was probably about a foot off the ground. The other one was, probably a little more than. It was a little taller than the other one, but it wasn't exceptionally high. Probably maybe less than 18 inches. And the seats were probably situated 3 feet apart. Well, she got up onto those seats, 1 foot on one foot on the other. So she's kind of spread out, like, she's straddling something, hot lava or whatever if you were a kid, And she has a dumbbell, or excuse me, not a dumbbell, a kettlebell. And she's holding it in between her legs, and she's doing this, I guess you call it a ballet squat, probably is what it's officially called, but, basically just dipping this dumbbell hung between her legs, kettlebell hung between her legs, and doing these little squats, and it's just freaking crazy, and as a former gym owner, I wanted to come unglued because that's just a no-no in all kind of ways, notwithstanding the fact that it's tearing up the upholstery of the seats, it's you'd probably get away with enough witnesses saying that, if she tried to sue you when she busted her head open, that, she wasn't using the equipment properly. But, that's an expense to be repairing some seats. But anyway, among other things. But it's just crazy stuff, and she's famous for it, and there's other ones in there that are famous for the same type of deal. But, where I'm all coming down to with this, other than the fact that, you annoy people greatly when you do that crazy stuff, is that nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever built any kind of physique worth looking at by doing that nonsense. I don't care what you see on YouTube, what you read in Shape magazine, what your personal trainer tells you, whatever. Doing that kind of stuff. Not even talking about the straddling the seats type stuff. I'm talking about these weird ballet, kettlebell squats, spread out. Ain't nobody building a physique doing that. I guess You know, it's probably better than doing nothing, but probably not a whole lot better than doing nothing. But people get caught up in that. You know, that's what these magazines perpetrate. That's what a lot of YouTube type stuff perpetrates. Some websites perpetrate it. And a lot of personal trainers perpetrate that. And I'm not, you know, I've got my thoughts on why it's done, particularly on a personal trainer side. You know, when you have a client that's paying you, you know, some sort of a rate, you know, by session, by the hour, you know, by the week, whatever it is. And you have them doing that kind of stuff. Ain't nobody working hard doing that. You know, they're working for the burn or whatever that means, but they're not working hard. And so it's almost like you can enable somebody to feel as if they're doing something, feel as if they're accomplishing something, and without really having to bust themselves wide open to do it. And you know, you can tell them that you're focusing on the, you know, the inner outer medial quad or something crap like that, and they're all happy because they feel like, you know, that that's something they can report on their Facebook. You know, today I felt the burn, worked on my inner outer medial quad, and you know, therefore I'm better than you. You know, and like that. You know, people, y'all stay away from that stuff. It all comes down to you know, the basics. You know, anybody, anywhere that's built any kind of a physique, even if they're doing something different now that's totally insane, they got there doing the basics. You know, it's real neat to see. I'm really appreciative of the content that Universal Nutrition / Animal, like Animal Pack, you know, they put out some really interesting content. You know, it's hyped to sell the product, and ain't nothing wrong with that. If I had a product, you know, I'd be trying to sell it too. But you know, you got some guys out there that are you know, top level, you know, at their sport. You know, you got Dan Green, Evan Setapani, you know, you got what's that fella's name? The monster, the Haga Monster, whatever that guy's name is, and Higa Monster. You got all these guys that are you know, well-known, top-level, you know, powerlifters, bodybuilders, whatever. And you know, these cameras go in and they show these guys, and what are they doing? They're doing squats, they're doing deadlifts, they're doing overhead presses, they're doing rows, they're doing curls. They're doing the same stuff that everybody else has ever done, and they're getting big and they're getting strong. And you know, they may be trying to hype the product a little bit, which again is fine. If I had a product, I'd hype it. But mainly what they're hyping is the fact that you got to go in there and you got to pay your dues. You got to bust your butt. You know, you got to sweat. You got to push hard, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's going to hurt. And ain't nobody working on, you know, that inner outer medial quad crap. They're just doing big old compound exercises. You know, and getting big and strong and doing it. And that's it. You know, you don't need to stand on a ball. You know, I'm all about kettlebells. I love kettlebells. I don't particularly use them myself. I think the idea is great. But, you know, kettlebells are not the answer. You know, the machines are not the answer. You know, quarter squats, you know, are not the answer. It's just big hard work on the basics, and you know, that's where you got to go. So, like I said, just a weird tangent. Got off onto today. Like I said, wish I would have filmed that thing. Wish I would have had time. You know, but you know, don't let your personal trainer, don't let your magazine, don't let your YouTube subscriptions get you to thinking that it's the exotic crap that's going to make you, because it ain't. The exotic crap that's going to get you either thrown out of the gym, it's going to get you on YouTube, you know, somebody behind your back filming you, or you know, it's going to get you hurt, or all three, you know. So yeah, just do the right thing, man. Always do the right thing. What's the right thing? The things that people have been doing for years, man. So y'all be good. Take care. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.